Hey everybody, I wanted to kind of do a post-mortem because I just had done a video last weekend and posted it yesterday about failures. And I want to share with you a real-time failure. So I was real excited, and I'm trying to be really careful with this camera, okay? I was really excited last night. I had my receiver mounted to here. I had my two antenna mounted to here. I had everything plugged in. And I had nothing plugged into the S-Bus system and nothing plugged into the hardwired servos. Okay, so and this actually monitors one of the batteries, so I know what the voltage is. So I plugged in the landing gear system, and then I plugged in my SBD ones, and smelt electronics burning, which is always a bad thing. So I immediately unplugged everything, checked and found out my receiver right here had bit the dust. Doing some troubleshooting, these two SBD ones are no longer working. And the burning wire smell was this PLC made for me by Burger. I don't know what this little device right there is on that printed circuit board. I'm not sure if that's going to stay focused, but it had burnt, and that's what was making my shop stink. So the first thing that happened to me was I just immediately thought I had wired something wrong. So, I was frustrated. So I pulled out all of my S-Bus wiring, and right here, all my S-Bus wiring, and checked it. Checked one of the Ys that I was using on a battery for redundant power, and checked my harness I had made for getting signals to my landing gear. Okay. So, initially I thought, okay, I had to have wired something wrong. What it really comes down to, and I'll show you more in just a second, is my A123 batteries actually had the polarity reversed. I had a hint that I had something wrong the other day when I was testing some circuits, because normally I can plug an LED into a 6.6 volt battery that's designed for 12 volt, and it will come on. It'll come on kind of dim, but it will come on. Well, it didn't come on at all, and I just thought, okay, the 6.6 volts isn't enough to turn on the LED. What was happening is an LED is a diode. Right there, it was telling me my polarity is reversed, but I didn't get it. Okay? Now, I had taken my voltmeter and checked all my wiring to make sure all the wiring, the red, white, and black was correct. And it was correct. But I never took my voltmeter and put it on my battery to one final time check that my polarity is right, because when I initially took the A123 apart, it had two sleeves on it, and one sleeve had the polarity marked just like you would on a D cell battery. And let me try to show you right here. Right here on the battery, you can see the little nipple on the battery, and this is the flat side of the battery. Whoops, I'm sorry, let me do that again. Right here, you see the nipple on the battery, and you see the flat side of the battery. But on an A123, let me see if I can find it. Right there is the little plus sign on the flat side, and you can see that I had soldered it as the negative. So, I burned up a bunch of equipment last night. I've already been in touch with my pals Josh and Dan with Futaba and Hobbyco, and they just told me to send it all back, and we'll figure it out. Already talked to Berger. Well, all these are through emails. I haven't physically talked to anybody. Already communicated with Berger. He already had 3 more of these being made for me as backups. So I'm glad we did that. I got to go back through now and re-put back in all my wiring in my fuselage, because I knew that I had to have wired something wrong, but I really didn't. It all started with that damn battery. And so I wanted to share this. This is a very short little video. But this battery here, you can see, because basically I had both of these batteries. This came originally as these tabs over here and here were originally one piece. Okay, so it was a 3.3, which gives you your 6.6 volt A123s, and it had them in parallel to give you a lot of milliamps. What I did is I took my Dremel and I cut the tabs. I reversed these sides, and I still have my balancing wire, but essentially it gave me two really nice batteries for my receiver system. The only problem is that this flat side, because of one of the initial, and what's even harder on this, and hang on a minute, let me see if I can go find my other battery for a minute. And, you know, when you have something go wrong, you just tear your whole shop apart because you're pissed off and frustrated and you're angry. And now I can't even find the damn battery. But basically, this was the pack. And you can see it's got a red and a black wire. If I just would have looked where those were soldered, I would have known what was positive and negative. But I was reading what was on the outside, and because we're all accustomed to the way a D cell battery or a C cell battery works, with the nipple being the positive, and I don't know where I put that other battery. Oh, I see it now. So sorry for this roller coaster ride, guys. But right here on this old test battery I had, you can see right here. Sorry about the camera crap, guys. You can see this is the positive and this is the negative, and you can see the positives on the non-nipple side of the battery, and there's the nipple side of the battery. So I had no idea A123s were wired backwards. Okay, but because that initial sleeve on there, I had unsoldered these, and on the sleeve it had a negative mark and a positive mark. So, you know, so I hope everybody appreciates these videos. Send the emails coming. This is going to be about a 1 week setback because I got to get my gear back to Futaba and Hobby Co. I've got still plenty of other things I can do on this airplane as far as putting my wiring I ripped out back in, and you know, working on the horizontal stab and getting the servos and the vertical stab and the horizontal stabs. So I have plenty to work to do. It's just I wanted at this point to be testing systems on the fuselage so that I can just kind of push the fuselage aside and say it's done. So this is going to mix things up a little bit, but thanks for watching my videos, and I hope this is educational, because I just made a video yesterday saying if you're not failing, you're not learning, and I really learned this time. So thanks a lot, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Right now it's like 7:39 in the morning because this thing kind of kept me up all night. I did sleep for about 4 hours. I just, in my mind, couldn't figure out what went on. And I figured it out last night, but I've been going back through everything on my batteries to just try to figure out how I got that polarity backwards. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take it easy. Bye.